Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, your YouTube messiah, and often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious. And we are going to go over Raw this week. Was in Baltimore, Maryland. And, well, before we get into the show, obviously, this past weekend, Labor Day weekend, before I get into the show and the outside of WWE news, if you will, or outside of the regular show news, I should say, to all laborers out there, thank you. You know, I am one as well. You know, I do the grind in the factory day in, day out, every damn day. Squeeze what time I can in to do this as well, not just for me, but for you crazy bastards out there that watch, but to all the laborers out there, thank you for your contributions. Now with that said, big things that did happen this past weekend. New Japan wound up having their show over in the UK. A lot of people were getting pissed off because it kept crashing and it was on Fight. You know, also Punk wound up doing a thing on StarCast, which, nah, you know, just, nah. And as well as NXT UK TakeOver in Cardiff, which, whew, damn, you know. Big ups to Kaylee Ray for being the new women's champ there, and let's just give a moment to appreciate fucking Tyler Bates and Walter. That's match of the fucking year. If you don't think that goes up there for match of the fucking year, get the fuck out right now. Now, as well, AEW's All Out wound up happening, and folks, you go back, you watch some of the other episodes, you go back and I said it right from the start. Chris Jericho gonna be the AEW World Champ. Lo and behold, AEW All Out. What happened? Jericho won. Now the one thing I will say that did feel some of the stuff as far as All Out went, you know, it didn't have that. It didn't give that wow factor. It was a good show, and honestly, my biggest excitement from it was fucking the biggest thing that I got excited over on it more than anything was fucking Orange Cassidy. Seeing Orange Cassidy come out, beat the shit out of the Black Order, do a suicide dive with his hands in his pockets, roll back into the ring, and then do a kip up unassisted with his hands in his pockets. I cannot express how fucking awesome that is. Just, alright, if you've never seen anything with Orange Cassidy, you need to look that up. You need to look this guy up, I kid you not. Fucking wrestling personified. Entertainment. He is fucking entertaining as shit. Now with that said, let's get into Raw. It was in Baltimore, Maryland. They start off the show with the contract signing for Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman to officially officialize the match between them two. Seth hyping up on how, you know, he's used to defending double titles on more than one night. Braun saying, you know, no matter what, whether it's Seth, Roode, Ziggler, whatever, they're going to get these hands, this, that, and the other. And then, lo and behold, out come out the Good Brothers, the club themselves. They come out, you know, Gallows and Anderson make legitimate case saying, hey, wait a second. They didn't earn their spot to get a tag title shot. We were champs. We never got a just chance to earn back ours. You know, AJ came out saying, I'm US champ. I should be next in line for a universal title. You know, don't look at my title. Don't look at my title. Don't look at my title. Because, you know, that'll mean you get a shot at. That means you just if I get a shot at it. You know, and here's the thing. People want to say, oh, well, that's just old cliche WWE shit. Dude, no, it's not just fucking cliche WWE shit. They've been doing that since fucking time immemorial with wrestling. That's just fucking the way shit is. You know? You're going to have the second tier champ say they are so great at being this champ that they feel they deserve to have a shot at this championship instead of having a shot at the top tier championship. You're going to have that. You're going to have champs that lost their titles say they deserve a shot to get it back. You know, even if they don't have a rematch clause or whatever. It's fucking storytelling. It's common fucking sense. Use it. Anyways, it eventually leads to a beatdown and a fight, which then turns into a tag match of Rollins and Strowman going against Gallows and Anderson. And early on, it showed a little bit of Seth and Braun having a little disagreeing as far as with the way they're working, which I kind of like because, you know, you don't want to have that impromptu team look like they gelled right together right away, you know, make it like yeah, they're on the same page, but one may be 2 or 3 sentences ahead of the other if you understand the saying, if you understand the meaning, you know. Now, Rollins, he was eventually the team punching bag. Strowman got in and started cleaning up house, but next thing you know, but yeah. Match wound up going good. Seth wound up coming back in. We started working pretty good with Karl Anderson. Match came to an end with Karl Anderson. Went for a counter roll. Seth countered it for a roll up on his own. And then got the 1, 2, 3 that way. And then next thing you know, boom. Everyone started beating down all on them. And then out came Ziggler and Roode to help beat down on it, so it was a 5-on-2 beat down that way. Now later on in the night, they wound up announcing Stone Cold is going to be there next week to officially officiate, which, not going to lie, that actually sounds kind of cool, having Stone Cold there next week on Raw, especially since it's going to be at the Garden. You know, he's going to be there to make sure that the contract signing is official and all done. So, that's pretty cool. Next up, we got another tag match. Ziggler and Roode going against fucking Hawkins and Ryder. Now, I have no problem with Zack Ryder. I fucking love the dude. He's got hell of a talent. Just Curt Hawkins, just like... ugh. Yeah. Either way, this was what you would have expected. Roode and Ziggler pretty much were leading and dominating for the match. Came to an end when they wound up hitting a super kick and then a glorious DDT on Curt Hawkins. Got the 1, 2, 3 that way, and then that was it. Next up, we got women's action, and whoo, doggy, had to go and get my buddy Zeke to get my heart pills for this one. Lacey Evans with them lays, mama. Coming on back out. And just as she's coming out, Natayla interrupts her music to come down and proceed to go and beat her down. And I gotta say, I dug this match. I really dug it. You know, it didn't seem like it didn't seem like it would be something that, like, because, well, let's be honest, Natayla, man, majority of the time when Natalia's matches go on, I typically go and hit the bathroom. You know, but for this case, it was good. It was decent, you know, and I dug it. I liked it. It had good back and forth in it. These two girls got good chemistry together, you know. I'd like to see something, maybe, who knows, maybe we can get a story out of this sometime down the road, you know. Now, eventually, match came to an end when Lacey, as she's up on the ropes, she had her little napkin out to go and pat, not wipe, but pat, because she's classy and ladylike, so she pats her head, and then just throw it at Natayla like, the fuck? And then, wham, got caught with the right, and 1, 2, 3. I gotta say, that was actually a pretty creative way to make a finish on that one. You know, because just like, the fuck? Why are you throwing a nap? Wham! And yeah, that makes sense. Alright, so next matchup we got King of the Ring quarterfinal match. Baron Corbin versus Cedric Alexander. And Cedric's coming into this one with a handicap on him because after the beatdown that the Good Brothers that the club wound up doing, next thing you know, they proceeded to go and beat the shit out of Cedric. More so just because he was in their line of view. He was basically in their path. So that was it. No other rhyme or reason. But Corbin was pretty much killing Cedric for the entire match. And you know, we'll say this. The one thing that was kind of annoying what Cole was talking about on how Cedric trying to get feeling back in the hand, back in his arm. Dude, if you're in the middle of a fight and your hand or your arm is numb, and I just know this from first-hand experience, you know, you being in fist fights, not wrestling, but fist fights, and having my hand or my arm go numb, you know, you keep it in that you keep it in that last prone position that you had. At least you hope you do. Otherwise, if it's dead and it's limp, you just let it sit and sag there, and then you work with what you have. So, I don't know. It just hit a raw nerve on me. But either way, really dug on how Cedric had a nice little comeback. He was starting to build some momentum. Match eventually came to an end when Cedric, he went to go up to the top. Corbin stopped him and then hit the end of days. Got the 1, 2, 3. That was it. So, yeah. Next up, we got, excuse me, 2 local jobbers going against the Raiders, which, yeah, we know on how this went. The highlight of this match was seeing the guy that was built like a pencil flailing his arms in the air when he was airborne, and hearing Corey Graves make jokes about the other guy looking like Hunky Tonk Man. So yeah, now we got second quarterfinals match. Samoa Joe, Ricochet. This was another good one. Nice back and forth. Liked on how Joe was working on Ricochet's knee. You know, lot of decent going on with this match. I'm trying to think on how to word it. A lot of decent ways on how Joe was effectively going after the knees. You know, it wasn't just normal punch, kick, you know, elbow onto it, shit like that. No, he was actually going in a methodical, like, you know, I'm going to hurt you, and this is on how I'm going to hurt you kind of way. Which, God bless, that is the best way Joe works. Is if you tell him to go and run as a heel, he fucking goes like that, and he's like a freaking surgeon, dissecting, breaking apart, piece by piece on how he's gonna kill you. Now, match wound up eventually coming to an end due to ref stoppage because on how it was, Joe had Ricochet in the Coquita clutch up while Ricochet was perched onto the top. Ricochet used his feet to knock himself down. They landed on it. They landed both. Now, Joe's arm was draped all the way over Ricochet like this. However, you watch it, you see Ricochet's arm was just slightly draped on Joe's side, like so. So while it would, so technically you could say, technically the argument could be made Joe actually had the proper pinfall because he was over him, not Rick, and Ricochet was not. Either way, they eventually called for a ref stoppage. The ref went into the back and then officially announced next week the semifinal match is going to be a triple threat match, which I'm not going to lie, that's pretty okay for me because it's, again, it's different. You know, when's the last time you saw a triple threat in the King of a Ring match? Next matchup, we got Miz versus Cesaro. Miz looking to build up momentum leading into Clash, going against Shinsuke Nakamura for the Intercontinental title. Cesaro riding high after his run in NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff. And Cesaro was just hot at the gate right at the go on this match, you know. These two, now, I have been preaching the greatness of Cesaro since I can fucking remember. I fucking love this guy. He's a hell of a talent. People say, oh, he should go to this one. He should work on this show or that show. He should be NXT. He should be UK. He should be SmackDown. He should be this. He should be that. He should work here, work there. Fucking stop. Let the man work where he wants to work and appreciate the fact that he's there. And if he's not being utilized in the way he wants, then I'm sure as hell he would probably say something or work his ass off to get noticed. Because let's take a look. When he first came on the scene, you know, he had Oksana for a hot minute, you know, speaking 5 languages, saying how he was the epitome of greatness. And then he wound up doing the over-the-top pro and anti-USA thing. Then he wound up, when he started to go down, his stock started to go down, he was yodeling. Because, well goddamn, pal, he's Swiss. The hell else do them Swiss people do other than yodel? Now, he started to climb back up when he worked with Swagger and Zeb Coulter, then with Paul Heyman, and then when he got with Sheamus, man, once he hit that best of 7 with Sheamus and then started tagging with him, that's when he wound up going hot. That's when he started getting hot again. And now Cesaro, he's fucking, man, the guy is just pure fucking talent, plain and simple. You know? I absolutely love this match. This was really good back and forth. I dug it. You know, it was a decent match. Came to an end. Miz, he hit the skull crushing finale right out of nowhere on him. Boom, 1, 2, 3. And would I have liked Cesaro to have won? Yes, but logically it made sense for Miz to win. So that's why I'm not like in a super fanboy all caps rage over it. Now, next up we come to the main event of the night. Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss. Whew. There you go, another reason to need the heart pills. Thanks, Zeke. Going against Bayley and Becky Lynch. So, first time ever in the history of Raw, all women's champions are competing against each other at one time. And, yep, now, the faces, they were leading right up into the break when Sasha came down the walkway, was taunting and teasing Becky because Becky cut a promo earlier in the show, ripping into Sasha. Sasha came out saying, you know, I want that title, and then they made a match for them two at Clash. Sasha basically said she was going to make the man the boss's bitch, that sort of thing, and yeah. Next up, now, we come back to the match after the break. Bayley, she's pretty much the team punching bag. You know, Becky winds up getting a hot tag, cleaning up house. Really loved on how it went. You know, I was watching it. One thing I noticed, always love the way Becky does her leg drops because it's just straight. She just straight drops down. Like if it was somebody you would see not... like it was an actual move, not a overly theatrical running, and then jumping, and then boom, popping the leg out the drop on it. No, it just seems like boom, drop down on it. And now the match wound up coming to an end though eventually with Sasha, when Sasha came in and attacked Becky, so technically they won. And then Becky Lynch wound up hitting a backstabber on Sasha hit the backstabber on Becky. Damn it, there's my botch. Almost went the entire show without a botch, folks. And next thing I got the chair, started cracking on her. And then next thing you know, Bayley comes in, gets the chair off her, and you just see everyone looking like, what? Because Bayley's got Becky right in front of her, Sasha on the side of her. And what's she gonna do? Bayley goes full dark side, starts slamming the chair on frickin' Becky Lynch. And so, yeah. Welcome to the dark side. So yeah, that is it for this week's show, folks. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this Raw was good. I'd give it a good 7.5. So that is it for this week's show. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes. Make sure y'all look for me on my Twitter at Tim Vicious. You also got another account, Tim_Vicious. I'm also on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. If you're going to look for me on my Facebook gimmick, let me know you found me on there from here. Or on my Twitter at Tim Vicious. I don't think I creeped John going. Also, big ups and thanks to contributor to the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championships. It is a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of women wearing a little bit of nothing. God bless this country. Also, big ups to my executive producer, Ali Rewan Ben, who did provide the music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check it out. It's on iTunes, Spotify, and such. Details are down below. You also want one of these sweet Ali Rewan shirts, hit me up and I'll talk to the man for you. Show that man some love and support. Also, folks, do not forget to follow all these cool ass cats right here on the Twitter. Axel Kenny Killer, DSB_IV. Diabolica RA, Sergeant Curry Pants, Dazzy MWP, my homeboy, you always hear me yell for him to hand me my heart pills, Zeke. His new handle now is TSUNDERE_ZEE, for those who may not know. And folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck you.